Hey guys, so I'm gonna make a new video, or just a quick video talking about some stuff. I recently bought the things you can see on the screen, the timestamps at least, so you can just skip to whatever the fuck you give a shit about. Just gonna give my first impressions on the things that I got. Just wanna talk about it a little bit. Again, it's not a full extensive review or anything like that. This is just the first impressions. So yeah, we'll start with the mousepad. So first things first is I want to mention that I'm going to be comparing it to my Heian Mid. Currently the Heian Mid is very fast and the texture of the Heian Mid is like really hard. So going to the Aqua Control 2, the first thing is that it is really soft, and second of all, the glide is still actually fairly good on a control pad. I would say it's really close to the Heian Mid actually. The only thing is that the stopping power is a lot less on a Heian than the Control 2. The Control 2 has much more control in terms of stopping power, but the glide is really similar to my Heian Mid. Honestly, the mousepad is amazing for the price that you pay. $20 for an XL size, pretty decent. And for the glide that you get, it's pretty good. And for the stopping power, it's also fairly decent. It's not full control again, but you still maintain some speed. So that's kind of what I was going for. You might ask why I even got this mousepad because I already have a Heian. Is because I actually wanted a mousepad that had some sort, at least, of some stopping power. Because currently my Heian honestly has barely any stopping power because it's mid, rather than an X-Soft variant that has much more control. But anyway, the biggest key takeaways are that you would use the Aqua Control 2 basically in literally any game. I think it would be you would do well in most games since it has both speed and control. Or compared to my Heian Mid, it's more focused on just tracking because it's only fucking glide and zero stalling power. Not saying that you can't use a mousepad like that on, like, let's say a tac shooter. You probably still can, but the issue is that you'd have to be doing all the control, and there would be no external type of help that would do the controlling for you, essentially, if that makes any sense. So you'd have to get used to this type of no control feel, I guess, and you might have to adjust your sensitivity. Personally, I wouldn't really bother going that far, but I just wanted to try something that has a bit of control, so that's the main reason why I got this mousepad. So yeah, I'll be using this mousepad for about a week, and I'll just give maybe a follow-up video, talk about it even more. But yeah, we'll move on to the mouse. So first things first, props to Jewels for actually giving you so much shit in a mouse. Not only do you pay for the mouse, but they actually give you a lot of free shit with it, which is really nice compared to other mice that you barely get anything in it. Here they give you extra feet. They also give you dot feet in case if you want to use instead of the normal whatever shape feet they have under it. And they also give you a brush for some reason. I guess you could use that for cleaning the hexagons, I guess, or the holes. And grip tape, which is really fucking important. For some people at least, especially if you have sweaty hands, I think grip tapes are really important, especially on a mouse that has holes. So that's just something I wanted to mention. That's really nice from the company. The mouse itself is fairly, I would say it's actually really good. A lot of people compare it to the Superlight, but the issue with me was I just wanted the smaller Superlight, to be honest. For instance, my hands are 20 by 10, and the Superlight is I felt was a little bit too large, so I just sold my Superlight and I got this instead. And honestly, it feels amazing right now. In terms of what grip this would suit, it'd probably mostly suit fingertip and claw. You could pump this, but the issue is that you would have to have again a smaller hand. If you have a bigger hand, then you would just get a super light. In my case, again, 20 by 10. I think that's standard for a quote unquote large hand, but I still just like prefer smaller mice. So and I don't mind playing with even extra small mice. So this is essentially what I got, and I think this is amazing for my preference. One thing though that is really annoying about this mouse is that its weight distribution. I don't even know if what to call it that, but it has a really weird weight to it when you're moving the mouse. It feels like it's 80 grams, but it is 60, but it just feels awful to move. I don't know why, but comparing it to the XM1R or the Superlight, it feels really heavy for some reason. But I guess that's just because of the weight distribution is a bit done weird, and it's because it's literally like shrunk. It's really tiny in terms of the length. It's like even shorter than a Starlight 12. So that's probably one of the reasons as to why it's really weird to move around. But other than that, the build quality is pretty good. There's no issues in terms of like some double clicking or any other that sort of like scroll wheel error. For example, like my Starlight 12 has a scroll wheel issue, where if I scroll, for some reason it scrolls down by itself sometimes at the very end, but that's just another going off topic. But anyway, clicks are pretty good, decent side buttons, everything's pretty awesome about it. The stock feet are actually pretty good as well. I don't think you would need to replace them. You don't really get aftermarket feet. You could obviously if you want to. Um, but yeah, honestly, the mouse is amazing for everything that you pay for and everything that you get with it. So just as a quick recap, this mouse mostly fits people that enjoy using a smaller mouse. I think that's the biggest takeaway, is that you need to really like a smaller mouse. So if you do have a normal sized hand, it's not that you can't use this mouse, but as long as you have a reference, maybe you used a previously small mouse and maybe you could use this, it'd be fine. Again, mostly fitting claw grip and fingertip grip for normal sized hands to smaller hands, and palm grip would, I guess, only suit like smaller hands. I would probably never suggest this for a normal hand like 20 by 10 for example. Just for fun, going to be including this. First day of using this mouse, actually was able to beat one of my high scores on pat strafe tracking. So just a movement tracking scenario, was able to go from 99.6 percentile to a 99.8. So just goes to show that the mouse is pretty good, honestly. So next we're gonna move on to the skates. So originally thought glass skates were a meme. So anyway, just wanted to try it for fun. So I got them, and I'll be honest, I paid a lot. I think $25 is a bit too much for any skate, and $25 for glass skates are like a lot again. One thing that's really weird is that they didn't come with alcohol wipes. Pulsar, that'd be really cool if you could at least add some fucking alcohol wipes. I'm paying 25 fucking dollars. That is crazy. So it'd be nice if at least they can give something with it. Holy shit, I had to go steal fucking alcohol wipes from my cousin. Anyway, just as a precaution for whoever's actually changing their skates, just make sure to wash your hands before applying skates and make sure to dig away from your sensor. So in my case, I was using a screwdriver to just remove the skates. So just make sure to dig away from the sensor. Heard people are breaking their shit by digging towards the sensor, so obviously don't do that. One thing I want to say about the skates are they're really fun to use, especially when you just applied them and they're just fresh. It's extremely fast. Comparing it to aftermarket skates such as Tiger Ice, I've used Tiger Ice in the past on my Superglide. Now I don't have, but I have used it then, and it was fast, but nothing close to this tier of fast. I should say. This is like a totally different feeling. It is so fucking fast. You can actually see in the video that after I applied the glass skates, I just noticed that the mouse is actually moving by itself. I'm not even touching it, and it's moving by itself. That just goes to show how fucking literally fast that is. It's literally floating as if it is like with glass skates. Kind of crazy. Yeah. Anyway, in some cases, when clicking down on the mouse, you could actually move the mouse just by clicking down on it. So for example, if you're just browsing or something like that and just clicking some shit like while you're relaxing or something, you'd actually move the mouse. That'd be very fucking annoying sometimes, but yeah, just goes to show how fast it is. One thing and a good idea to probably use with glass skates is to actually probably use a control pad, just so you can counter the amount of speed that's on the mouse itself. I think that's a good idea. The glass is rounded, by the way, and I want to say that the feel of the glass skates are that you can actually feel it on hard pads. And so for example, like on my Heian mid, since the Heian mid is fairly hard, you can actually just feel the glass skates. That's a bit of a weird feeling, but I guess I just think I have to say that. Also, I will be giving an update of these skates once they have break-in, and I guess when that break-in period is over, I can maybe actually see how they feel after like a week or so, and actually see how they feel in the long term. They probably won't stay like this for a long time, pretty sure, obviously. The biggest takeaways for this are you would mostly want to use this in games that are obviously for just tracking. Like if you're doing anything track intensive, this would be absolutely amazing. I think everyone should give it a try. Obviously, I can't recommend them right now, but I think if you're bored and you want to have some fun, this is absolutely insane. Um, I'll give my full suggestions on whether to get these or not later on after a week after I see how they feel once they break in. So yeah, but just take away from this is that it's pretty good for track heavy things, so games like Apex, I guess. And if you want to do anything for control based, it won't really be that good. So that goes for games like CS or Valo, but the thing is that you could probably still use them in these games if you were to try using it with some sort of a control pad, and I think you'd probably still do fine, to be honest, but yeah. So that's the end of the video. I know this is something different compared to what I usually put out, but I just wanted to try something else, see how it would do against my other videos. Just decided to do this for fun since I got a lot of stuff this time that I ordered. So yeah, hopefully I don't forget that video I'll do in a week about the glass gates of them breaking in. And yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully we'll also be releasing my Killing Floor 2 video soon. Yeah, bye guys.